Hello guys and welcome to this new video. We're going to be doing an update to the tier list we made all the way back in April to start of May. It's June now. A lot has changed since the spring split. So we're going to do this more of a summer split ranked like support guards. Where do I rank them? This right here is the old tier list. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to add in some new guards as well. Some of the guards here, like let's say Bornu or Herc, or someone even says like you can play Morgan support. They're not in there because I always have this rule that if I haven't tried the guard myself, I don't want to include them because I simply don't feel like my opinion is good enough. But hopefully you can include a lot more now. Remember, this is my opinion. I'm not trying to force anything onto you. This is how I feel. This is what I feel like is the best. It's definitely some of you guys are going to disagree and think other things are better, and that's totally fine. If you think I'm completely wrong about something, just don't be a dick about it. Just give me some constructive like criticism. I got a lot of shit for placing Kumba in A-, and I think he's gonna go quite up in this one. But there was a lot of good constructive arguments for why, like, well, people are running double hunter, so Kumba Kana's gonna be good because he has an attack speed slow on his free. It's like those, those things, or then those arguments. If you can get some like actual good debates in the comments, that'd be awesome. But let's get on with the actual tier list. So. First thing, Athena. Does Athena change her position for ranked? Remember, this is ranked. This is around my skill level, which is like kind of high up there. You know, masters, high masters, grandmasters, something like that. Do get in games with a lot of platinum, gold, and diamond players. But Athena, I don't really think Athena changes in like regards to ranked. I think she might go down to S. That's my only thing about Athena right now. Athena is really good in competitive, but she's slightly worse in ranked because it's harder to like communicate with your team when you're gonna ult and when you're not gonna ult. But in my opinion, I still feel like Athena is really strong. She almost fits into any team composition. She has good early pressure when you start with her dash. She does a ton of damage, and that's a big plus as well because you kind of need to carry a bit sometimes in the support role when you play ranked. And I think she fits pretty well in S. Overall, really strong kid, really strong ult. Sadly, you can't abuse it as much. But it's kind of double-sided, right? Because the other team's going to respond worse to Athena ults. But I think she's really strong and ranked. That leaves us with Achilles. Now, Achilles was super strong in the support role. And he's seen a lot of nerfs since. I think he's going down now. I think he's dropping down quite a bit. Now, Achilles is still good if you want pressure. He doesn't hurt so much anymore. Definitely still going to be good with upgraded sprint. Now, a lot of these warriors are actually taking, like, killing guards are taking a big hit because upgraded sprint is just worse now. So that kind of makes him a bit worse. Because that's usually how you play Achilles, is you went upgraded sprint, or like Kukulon, you went upgraded sprint, and you just try to get the pressure in the lane by this kind of cheesy, I'm gonna out damage the other guardian thing, and that's slightly worse now. So I think Achilles is gonna see a drop. I'm gonna place him in A for now. I might change this up, but he's alright. He's okay for carrying. However, I think there's other guards that are better. Terra. I placed Terra in S. Terra has also seen some nerfs, so I'm going to put Terra down in A+. Terra is pretty good in ranked. You can't really abuse the wall block, which kind of sucks. But she's very hard to kill, and she actually does a lot of damage if you combo correctly with her, with like exploding the walls and stuff. On her too, you can solo people with the new changes to cooldown boosts as well. And I think the boost change also makes Guardians better, and like other supports that are non-Guardians makes them slightly worse. So yeah, Terra. Definitely still strong, but not quite there. Archo, I think Archo moves down to like A+ as well. I think Archo is, she's pretty alright in my opinion. She's I'm just stuttering now. She's such a gamba. I feel like she's like either super good and you're gonna win the game, but if you get behind on this guard, you're in such a bad spot. So I think A+ is fine. It's a lot of pressure. Archer is one of them guards that you need to like punish as a team, and since there's not a lot of team play right now, currently in the ranked scene, obviously at least in EU, it's kind of hard to kill Archer. That leaves it with Serp. Now I think Serp is insane in ranked right now. I think Serp is S+. in ranked. This is he does so much damage. Does really well with Stone and Binding. You can solo people with Serp. Hard to kill. Good ult. Does well throughout all the stages. Has a really good passive, especially because people play a lot of healers right now. So I think he's definitely up there. He has good lane pressure as well, because you kind of steal the potions away with your passive early on from the enemies. And I think he's super strong. He's definitely my go-to guard right now. Besides something like Sylvanas maybe, if I really want to farm in ranked. Maybe Gep is up there as well, but I think he's super good. Obviously this kind of doesn't go too well for competitive. In competitive he's like probably like A+ or S-, but in ranked he frags. He's not quite up in like guard level, but he frags. That leaves us with a cat. I'm gonna leave the cat in S-. I still find it insanely easy to carry games as a cat support. So cat is, I think the cat does best when she's built tanky. And why not play it in support if you feel like you can snowball with Saket. I definitely think she stays in S-. She could have maybe dropped down a bit with the recent buffs to Guardians, which makes her less relevant, but with healers being so prevalent right now in the meta, I think she stays in S-. Amaterasu, I'm fine with keeping Amy in A+. I think she's still really strong. If you want to cheese the lane kinda, you can still do that with Amy because she still has that aura. Fafnir, I think Faf in A+ is fine as well for ranked. He fits pretty well in my opinion in there. Like, you know, he's like your go-to. You don't really get pressure, but you're never gonna be bad. Fafnir is like the guard that works in pretty much every team composition. He just brings so much in terms of survivability, burst, stun locks, like CC, and I think he's really good. He lacks some early game, lacks some damage potential compared to like other of the supports like Serp, but he has some really good sides with him as well. He usually has higher gold gain, he's harder to kill, so he stays in A+, he's a bit above average, so I'm pretty fine with placing him there. Then we are gonna move on to Gep. Now, Gep, in my opinion, might be a bit up there, because I'm gonna place him in S- for now, but I think Gep is not bad at all right now. He's kind of like Fafnir, he's this go-to, but people are really bad at playing around Gep in rank, like really bad. And Gep does a lot of damage as well, like believe it or not, his combos can do a lot of damage with the new changes. Go Stone and Binding on that guard and you can do 50% of a mage's health at level 6 or level 7. If you max it 2, that is on Gep, you should max it 2 on Gep. Please max it 2 on Gep, it's the better ability to max. So I'm gonna put him in S-. He does well against a lot of the meta picks in ranked right now as well. We're seeing more of a shift towards assassins, and Gep does really well against assassins. And I think people are scared of like, oh, Guardians jungle because they buff boots and everything, but I still think assassins, dude, like he does just fine. He does just fine. That's not a saying. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just stupid with words. If you do play against like Double Hunter, he's also really good because he has his passive against crit. So I think he's just very safe guard. That's he's above average. He's always gonna be doing stuff. He's just really good right now. He's a safe way to kind of get a W. Nox, I put Nox in A+. I think I'm gonna keep Nox in A+. I think Nox is like a bit above average if you are good at playing Nox, that is. If you cannot land your combos, Nox is probably like B or C. But if you actually consistently can land your combos, she's a lot of pressure, especially with the new changes to boots and Stone and Binding. You're doing so much damage. Like Nox support is actually really good in ranked. Also, again, because people are slightly less smart in ranked and you can kind of abuse that. Sobek, I think Sobek stays in A+. Again, he's one of them guards like Fafnir. His early game is actually not that bad. He kind of has an influence, and Sobek's one of them guardians that does a lot of damage, and he really benefited from the changes to boots and Stone and Binding, and he's a really good Stone and Binding guard as well, the Sobek. So I think he stays in A+. I'm pretty happy with where he is. Ares in A. I think Ares actually goes down this patch. I think Ares goes down to A-. He's not quite B, but I think he's A- because he is kind of forced to build squishy, because with the new changes to boots, you're like playing Ares and you don't really want to go Reinforce, you don't really want to go Travelers because you can get so much power. But the other support is most likely going to have Stone Abiding now as well, so you're going to be super squishy. And Ares' biggest weakness is if you can just kill him before he can do anything. He can blink in an ult and you can blow him up, or you can just CC lock him and abuse the Ares. And I don't think that works out very well in ranked, like playing Ares. Maybe, sure, if the other team isn't coordinated, but in my opinion, if I'm playing against an Ares as a support, I have a way too easy time abusing him in like the early mid game. So yeah, I think Ares dropped down. Bacchus in A as well. Bacchus is like one of them guards that actually did pretty well with the recent buffs to Stone Binding and Boots. And I think if those changes wouldn't have been there, I definitely think that Bacchus would have dropped down to A- as well. But because of that, I'm fine with keeping Bacchus in A. He does a lot of damage, right? He has good CC. His slating phase is pretty garbo, but he's just a solid Guardian. He's not really anything special though, so he just stays in A. I want to say that Stone Abiding is a really good item for ranked if you want to like do damage by Stone Abiding. It's pretty insane on pretty much any Guardian. Ganesha, I'm fine with keeping Ganesha in A. I feel like when I play Ganesha, I feel pretty useless. Tonight, I feel like I can't release Ganesha's full potential, if that makes sense. Usually you want to like combo with Ganesha's ult, and you can't really do that because people in ranked are not really aware of like the certain combos you can do. He's still good, like don't get me wrong, but I think he's kind of in the same boat as Bacchus, where he's like, he's alright, not too bad. Yeah. Now, Nasha. Oh god damn it. Now I gotta find the dashes. I think Nasha might honestly get an upgrade to like, I think I'm tempted to say F, but I'll just put an A+ for now. Nasha is honestly a really good like rank stomp support guard, because no one can really out pressure Nasha. He does so much damage. I know I said that like she's getting hurt by the buffs to mages, but she's still just super annoying. People chase her around forever. She's really good in my opinion. Sylvanas moves up to S in my opinion. I think Sylvanas is he's super strong, especially with the new changes to boots and Stone Binding. He actually does a goddamn big ton of damage, you know. And his early game is insane. Like you pretty much snowball the game completely. Like those snowball guards in duo, like Amaterasu, Sylvanas, or Nasha, are so good for like snowballing the lane and trying to win off that. But whereas Amy and Nasha kind of falls off because they're warriors, I think Sylvanas has a really good time because his heal is really good. He does really well with the items right now, and I think he's definitely up there. Emir, I think I'm fine with keeping Emir in A for now. I definitely think he fits alright in there. He's like okay if you can play him. I'm not a good Emir player at all myself, but he does well with the new boots changes. His wall is still really good. There's a lot of guards in the meta right now where they don't actually have jumps. Just look here, like Sylvanas, Athena, Gep, Amy, Nox, like all of those guards don't have jumps, no way to get through the wall. A lot of the mages that are being played right now, obviously besides like Janice and Radiant is until kind of starting to get played. You can play me and you can wall mages off. I think he's pretty strong. So yeah, Kukulin in A-. I'm gonna put him down in B. Kukulin. Bam, sorry. Kukulin got really nerfed, and his whole point in like his whole idea about Kukulin support is that you can get fine off a head to build your items, because a Kukulin without items is really weak. A Kukulin from behind is one of the easiest guards to like kill. You want to get to that point with Kush, the Kukulin, where you actually can't get killed, and I feel like you definitely cannot get to that point right now with his current state. So he's B for me. He's not that good in lane at all anymore. He's just hard to get his build online, so I think he stays there. Capri, the Cappers goes into A. Like I think he's alright. I undervalued him, therefore I think he chills here pretty well. He's a pretty good rank guard. People get thrown off guard. With his new buffs, he might even be A+, but we're doing it for 510 here, at least for now. God damn it. So he stays in A. He's chilling there. Odin, A-. I'm fine with keeping Odin in A- for now, at least. I definitely don't think like he's like alright, you know. He's not that bad. He's he's okay. He works into certain combos, but he has his weaknesses. He's not a guardian. He can't build those OP items. I want to mention that I think some warrior supports are going to be stronger, or like physical supports in the next patch because of void shield buffs, and of course Kepri's going to be stronger as well. But yeah, I think he's A-. Kumba goes up to A. You can argue A+, but I think we're kind of seeing a shift away from Double Hunter again. If Double Hunter was a thing in ranked a lot, which I don't think it is really, you can go A+, but I think he's A for now. He's really, really solid, Kumba, in what he does. I still think he's like really predictable in what he's gonna do, but that's not that before, whereas that was kind of a bad thing. Now his kit is at a point, in my opinion, where I think, like, at the meta is the point where I think it's pretty good. So he stays there. Kusenbo in B. I'm fine with keeping Kusenbo in B. I don't think he's like fantastic. He's gotten some buffs, but meh. Xingqiang, same story. Like, he's just not a support. I feel like people are like, Xingqiang should be so good at work. But I don't know. I just don't see him like being better than any of the guards above him in a lot of scenarios. And my poor baby Hell. Yeah, I haven't played Hell yet, but I honestly think Hell is worse now with the boost changes, because she's gonna be taking even more damage early game, and you're just gonna snowball, and Hell's gonna have a sad life. Hell is just not a fun guard to play right now. It's pretty sad. I miss Hell support. Alright, that's pretty much it for like all the guards here. Then I'm gonna drag in some new guards now. I haven't played Erlang Shane support enough that I wanna like put it in there. So moving on, you can argue Afro support. I have played a few games of Afro support. However, I think Afro's pretty garbo. She's like a bit above here. She can do work because people are bad at punishing like really weak early picks, which I think Afro is. But just because the healing items right now are so good right now, Lotus Crown, lot of Asclepius, like Hard Ward, you can even build down her. She's gonna be okay in the support role. I definitely wouldn't pick her over like anything above, but I think she's alright. Definitely wouldn't work in competitive, but in ranked I can see someone. I have pulled it off a few times myself. It's alright. It's pretty fun to play. It's a nice break. I'm not gonna include Cabrakan. Haven't played enough. I still think Cabrakan is more of like jungle solo kind of guard. Bellona, not gonna include Bellona. If I were to, she's probably gonna be around B, but I think this is fine for now. Moving on, Chak, nah, Changa support, not really. People are like saying play Chiron support with the new Chiron buff. I mean, maybe. Haven't tried it yet though. Fenrir support, I think Fenrir kind of is in the same boat. He's like a budget Nasha. He's really good at getting pressure, and he's really annoying because he's really slippery. But he just doesn't have the same lane pressure as Nasha and Amy. I think he goes in A-. You can pull it off, and you probably can snowball, but you need to be against like low pressure in the other duo lane. So he goes in A- for me. Guan has a ton of buffs, but Guan is A for me. Guan's kit is insane, but he struggles in support. He's so bad in support compared to how good he is in solo, in my opinion. Sure, it's a bit easier to snowball in rank, but I therefore think he like just belongs here. Like, he's not too good, he's not too bad. You can definitely pull it off, but he's like the same as Kukulkan. You kind of need to get items online before the guard is good. But his kit is just way better than Kukulkan's, at least in a support role from my perspective. So that's why I'm fine with putting him in A. Herc support, A-. I think Herc is like, it's kind of the same idea as like Nasha or Amy. You can definitely, he does a lot of work early game, like don't get me wrong. But he falls off in the mid game and he falls off in the late game a lot because there's so many healers in the meta right now. So people are like, oh yeah, anti-heal, let me get more anti-heal, let me play Cerberus, let me play Saket, let me play a push. So I think he's A-. He's definitely good if you want to try and win within like the first 15 minutes, make the enemy team surrender, but yeah. The Egyptian Sun Guard, which name I can't say on my video, will get demonetized. Not gonna include her, nor the bats. Janna support, nah. Merc support, I've seen that, I'm not gonna include it. Same goes for Nem and Nike. Might include Nike in the next one, but haven't played that yet. That moves us on to Rad support. Is honestly not that bad in rank, but haven't played enough in my opinion. Wukong, haven't played enough. Morrigan, I think Morrigan goes like into B. I think Morgan is pretty rough right now. She's in a pretty rough spot, honestly. Like Morgan is super. She's like super. She kind of pick up a transformation, but she's just kind of in a bad spot right now. Like, sure, she's getting buffed next patch, which might help her up a bit. But if you want to be IREF and pull off Morgan support, you definitely need his Morgan to make it somewhere up here. But in my opinion, she's down here, at least for the average rank player, right? And myself. Horrible Morgan player. I think that's it. Tier support, no. 4 support, no. Vermana support, no. I know Carla's been playing 4 support, but I haven't played it myself. I can't give my opinion on it. So now I'm looking here. Is there anything I want to change? I'm kind of thinking of putting Sobek up in S-. I think Sobek is this guard that's actually like... He's like... I feel like whenever I play Sobek, I can just set up so well for my team, do so much damage, have so much survivability, actually do really well in lane as well, that I think he is up here. I think Sobek is insanely strong ranked. I think Sobek is like... He does well against a lot of those guards as well, right? Like, I think Sobek is just good. I might have been undervaluing him a bit. I think in ranked, he's just... Sobek is just this guard that's kind of always there, always pretty good, you know? And I think he's really damn good in ranked. So I'm pretty happy with how this tier list turned out, in my opinion. I think everything looks pretty alright to me here. This is for supports in ranked, remember, around like plat, diamond, maybe like gold skill level, masters, whatever. So please, if you have something you disagree with, leave a constructive comment. We can start a debate. I love those. If not, if you just say, Nils, why is Helen C? Hello P. Just stay away. I hope you guys enjoyed this though. Remember, this is my opinion. I'm not trying to force this opinion onto you. I totally understand if you wouldn't value Zaket as highly, but that's just me. I think Zaket is really good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and press the bell. And until next time, everyone, peace out.